Okay, great. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the League of Women Voters of Waltham's Candidates Night. Tonight we will be asking questions of the candidates for the school committee. I'm Shelley Drowns, and I'm the president of the League of Women Voters of Waltham. But before I start, I'd like to thank a number of people that helped put together tonight. First of all, I really want to thank the candidates. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your friends and families. And thank you most of all for being part of the political process. And we also want to thank the Waltham Chamber of Commerce for co-sponsoring this event with us. We thank the staff of WCAC TV, Waltham's Community Access TV, for broadcasting and recording of this event. We also really want to thank the City Clerk's Office for enabling us to use the City Hall with such short notice. We had a problem with last-minute change in availability of the Government Center, but luckily we were able to use this room. We also thank Ira Steinberg, tonight's moderator. He's been doing a great job moderating these candidates' nights for many years for us, and we appreciate that he continues to come back. And personally, I would really like to thank the League of Women Voters Voter Services Committee. They've done a lot of work to bring this event together, and especially under the duress of the last 24 hours. And I really want to thank Annette Reynolds, the chair of the committee, and congratulate her because she just had another grandchild yesterday in the middle of all this. And there's a reminder that there will be 2 more candidates' nights next week, Wednesday and Friday, October 16th and 18th. This time it will be at the Government Center at 7:30, and we hope you will be there. That will be for the counselors at large seat. And we had to do it in 2 nights because we just had so many candidates. We wanted to make sure that all of them had a voice. So we hope you'll bear with us on that. I have one more little thing to mention, which is the League of Women Voters for the state. We've been very active with the bottle bill, and we have a petition tonight that we'd appreciate if you have any interest, if you would sign. And Sue Hickey over here has the petition. It's just an extension to cover more types of bottles. It's not changing the deposit at all, but if you are interested in signing, please check with her afterwards. So that's it, and now I'll turn it over to Ira. Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to our live audience, and also to those watching our recorded proceedings at home. Tonight, you will be introduced to candidates for the Waltham School Committee. The committee has the responsibility for determining, developing, and applying policies affecting our schools, their efforts, and their precious clientele, the young people who will inherit the next and future generational challenges and responsibilities. Whether you are a parent of a school child or not, these candidates' political efforts should be your concern, as the school system they maintain molds the thoughts and talents of our future workforce, including, by the way, our future political candidates. By listening carefully to their responses, you'll have a clearer idea of candidates' beliefs, capabilities, and understanding of important issues. The candidates, as they are seated from my left to my right, are Ms. Susan Burstein, an incumbent, Ms. Katie Dowsett, a challenger, Mr. John Fresca, a challenger, Ms. Lisa Limoncello, an incumbent, Ms. Susan Monfett, a challenger, and Mr. Steve Rando, a challenger who has previously served on the school committee. Tonight's format will be slightly complex, but I believe abundantly fair and productive. First, each participant will be granted 3 minutes total for a brief self-introduction and a response to a general and relevant question previously shared, a question which asks about what constitutes a good public school education and what positive or negative factors are evident in Waltham. This sequence will be followed by a question affecting all of them, so each candidate will respond to a personal inquiry, the response to which should not exceed 1 minute. Then I will ask each candidate to respond to several rounds of unique questions, a little different from previous forums. Although in some cases I will repeat a question to a second candidate. This will extend the scope of information and insights provided, and also allow candidates to expand on comments they have already made in public. These responses will be limited to 2 minutes each. These are 2. Finally, each candidate will have a 2-minute closing comment, focusing on his or her attributes and commitment. With all of tonight's responses, I urge the candidates to pay careful attention to our timers seated behind me, so I don't have to interrupt anyone in mid-thought. To begin the presentations, each candidate will now provide a brief self-introduction, a response to a previously shared question about the qualities of a good basic education, and an evaluation of the education provided by the Waltham schools. Remember that each of you has 3 minutes. In alphabetical order, we'll begin with Ms. Burstein.
Thank you, Mr. Steinberg, and thank you to all of the sponsors for this opportunity. We were asked, what is our definition of a quality education? I think everyone involved in education is familiar with the expression that first we learn to read and then we read to learn. And in a broader sense, education in general must impart a wealth of information, the wisdom of the ages, if you will. Some of these are facts learned and discerned over the history of mankind. Some of these are skills and best practices. And ultimately, a quality education must provide the foundation skills and knowledge together with tools to continue learning throughout a lifetime. These are social skills, performing skills, technical skills, inquiring skills, problem-solving skills, just to name a few, and all combined with a foundation of knowledge and experiences that make a lifelong learner. My name is Susan Burstein, and I first ran for school committee because I observed a dysfunctional school committee that wasn't contributing to the educational process in Waltham. That was 30 years ago. I'm sure that is what's motivated some of my fellow candidates here today. In 1999, at the age of 41, I was asked to run for school committee to bring my passion for public service and my experience in public sector management with a concentration in sound financial management to the committee. Today, I'm the mother of an 11-year-old dyslexic who cannot read at the second grade level in the 5th grade. This, despite the fact that she converses with adults with ease about history and science and geography and government. I view every experience that I had and that my daughter and her peers have in the Waltham Public Schools as an opportunity to examine how we serve all of our students. The school committee must be made up of people with diverse life experiences who can come together and support the mission of delivering quality education. We must work collaboratively with each other and the administration to remain focused on student achievement. I look forward to your questions and hope that I can gain your support for one of your 3 votes.
Thank you, Ms. Burstein. We'll now move on to Ms. Dowsett.
Good evening. My name is Kathleen Dowsett, although most people know me as Katie. And I'm a Waltham native and an educator by training and trade. I hold a master's degree in education from Harvard, and I have over a decade of experience in curriculum development, training, program management, and teaching, most recently here in Waltham as a 7th grade English teacher at Kennedy Middle School. I'm currently pursuing a master's degree in public policy at the Heller School at Brandeis with a focus on children, youth, and family policy. At every stage in my career, I have been guided by a commitment to excellence and equity in public education. But what does that look like? A well-educated person should be competent and capable, equipped with the skills and knowledge to do whatever it is they set out to do. She is inquisitive, a lifelong learner who always wants to know more and who seeks to understand, rather than just accumulate knowledge. A well-educated person is in the habit of considering multiple perspectives, recognizing that his particular experience and set of circumstances is not universal, but that our humanity is. A well-educated person has a capacity for independence, but also recognizes the necessity of interdependence and the value of community. It is these qualities that we should be encouraging in our students, a balance between academic rigor and civic and social responsibility. I recently heard a statement about happiness that deeply resonated with my ideas about education. Quote, "Happiness comes from the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs." Our schools should be helping all students discover what they love, develop the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed, and the responsibility to put that love and that talent to good use. In other words, an excellent education is nothing short than the key to happiness. Thank you for considering me for school committee.
Thank you. And now we'll move on to Mr. Frasico.
Thank you very much. Good evening. First, I'd like to thank you, Ira, and thank you all the people from the League of Women Voters of Waltham for hosting this discussion with the candidates tonight. My name is John Frasica, and I want to be your next member of the school committee in the city of Waltham. My wife Ann and I have two children, Robert, a sophomore at Waltham High School, and Nicole, a third grader at Plimpton Elementary. They're both here tonight. When I decided to run for school committee, it was for one reason and for one reason only: the children of Waltham. Not for the publicity, not for the money, not for the power, but for all the children of Waltham. I'm a vice president of operations for a business, and each year I work with ownership to assess and balance a proper budget. I deal with contracts for individuals who do work with our business. And I can communicate with those individuals and our staff on a daily basis to keep our business running strong. We need more members who can bring the experience from the private sector to further improve and enhance the jewel that we currently have in the Waltham Public Schools. With my experience in communicating, negotiating contracts, budgeting, the citizens of Waltham will know that I will put 110% of my time into evaluating every issue that is brought to that school committee and to help our educators. I will also bring my experience as past PTO co-president of Plimpton Elementary School to the table as well, to work proactively together with our schools, our teachers, our parents, and our taxpayers, and get this committee to show that we will be committed to listening to everyone's ideas, issues, and concerns. Each of our schools is unique in their own way. Our PTOs, our teachers, our administrators. Each school represents our community with their own style by coordinating visiting artists, running field day events, holding math and science nights, while always showing the support for their students. Our district offers many scholarships, more than other communities do, no user fees, outstanding media centers with technology to help those students learn. Being a parent of that third grader and that sophomore in our high school and our elementary school, my wife and I love the many opportunities that we have here for the Waltham children. And each day we know the educators of our school are committed to making sure it continues to grow strong. I look forward to our debate tonight. Thank you.